Hey guys, Zephyr here, and welcome to Quick Review. And this is going to be a pretty interesting one to say the least, because rather than review a Transformer, we're going to be going back in time and reviewing the old Toybiz Sam Raimi trilogy Spider Man figure. Except we're not going to be reviewing the Toybiz Spider Man figure, because this is actually a replica made entirely by 3D printing. Yup, you heard that right. This Spider-Man is entirely 3D printed and it scales pretty well with current Marvel Legends figures. Here it is next to Civil War Iron Man. I did also download a separate pack that I will be linking down in the description for a set of feet, so if you don't want the toe bend, if you just want a solid foot, you could have that, as well as some interchangeable hands, so that is actually where I got these fists from. The pack does also include a set of web shooting hands as well as pointing hands, so that way you can recreate the meme. And the best part is that both the files for the alternate hands and the figure itself are completely free, so I will be linking them down in the description for anyone who is interested in making this guy for himself. And one more interesting thing about the figure is that he actually comes with an alternate chest for you to make the black suit from Spider-Man 3. And before anyone asks, yes, I will absolutely be making this guy again in his black suit. But without stalling any longer, it is finally time to take a look at the completed figure, and as I'm spinning them around, I'm going to tell you about a few tricks that I had to do, because unfortunately, the color red that I used absorbs paint and makes it look black, so I had to give him a little coat of white first just to get the blue to pop and to make it actually look like blue. I did also have to use a really fine point paintbrush just to get in between the spider logo on his back, but on screen now I am going to be putting all of these stuff that I used to make this guy, and I highly recommend that you get some of this stuff as well. You don't have to, but it'll definitely make sure that he actually stays together. I found that it is a lot easier and cheaper just to use some regular old 1.75 filament for the joints, rather than doing anything fancy like using pins. Getting into articulation, it is just like the original figure. He has not one, but two different rotations in the torso, being the chest and the waist, an ab crunch, two different rotations at the head and the neck. He can look all the way up and down, butterfly in the shoulders. His shoulders or arms can go all the way up. He has a rotation at the bicep, very generous bend at the elbow. And he does not have wrist rotation, but he does have it in his upper forearm, so he kind of makes up for it. And I'm going to show it on this arm because on my copy, some of his tolerances are very tight. But now getting down to leg articulation, he can do the full splits. He has very good front, but not so good in the back because his ass gets in the way. But he does have a very good bend at the knee, but my figure, or my copy, is very tight, so that's as far as I can really get it. He does also have toe articulation, but he does not have a rotation at the foot, or rotation at the ankle. But getting him into a small little heroic pose, it seems that this guy is more posable than most modern Marvel figures, as you could see right now by some of the photos that I have on screen. Here I have him in his iconic upside down hanging pose from a web, and this is how I'm going to be displaying him from now on. So now marks the question, why did I make this guy in the first place? And I'm just going to say it straight up. It's because eBay is eBay and these figures go for ridiculous prices. Even the new No Way Home Sam Raimi Spider-Man, I cannot find that to save my life because scalpers are gonna be scalpers. So hoping to game the system, I went to Cults 3D looking for some 3D printable action figures, and I was greeted with multiple of these exact same figures, all going for different prices, until I realized that the original one is completely free, and it was always meant to be free, and the other ones are just copycats made by fucking scumbags trying to make a quick buck. So whatever you do, if you see that, do not buy it, do not give in. Those are scumbags. I will have a link to the original figure, which is free, down in the description. So please do yourself a favor, do the creator a favor, and use my link. So for one last comparison with the completed figure, with the correct color spider logo this time, yes, I caught it. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe as it greatly helps out the channel. Do all that annoying stuff that the algorithm likes so much. Go ahead and figure out which YouTuber I stole that from. And I will see you guys in the next one.